everybody, welcome back to Cards by the Hill. My name is Jane Hill. So this is another ornament. It's 2.5 inch ball, and what I want to do is cover this one in lace to start with. So I've shown you on a previous video how to do this with some smaller applique flowers. I've got some bigger ones here, and I'm just going to cover the entire ball in them. And as you go round, you just add your extra little pieces in the gaps that you've got. So here we go, that's the first one on. So then let's get another piece and I'll show you. Let's try this one. So we'll cut this. I think my little stalk scissors are going blunt. Okay, so this would be the next one, and you could cut off all these little attachment bits if you're not keen on them. We're going to keep that stalk on. And then you find a little segment that will fit up against the other one. So the stalk will fit in there nicely and cover that bit up. And then you just add it on. And as I say, cut bits of the lace off, trim bits down. If you've got two different sets of flowers you can use them both together. There we are. It's as simple as that. And then once it's covered, we'll have a lace ball to use. So I'm probably going to combine the smaller lace flowers with the bigger ones that I used previously. So I'm probably going to use some of those as well and cover the ball in lace. And then once that's done, we'll go from there. All right, so here's the ball back. It's all covered in lace, as you can see. So you could just keep it like that if you wanted to, but I am going to add some embellishments. You could just add a hanger and a tassel or a dangle and then keep it as a lace ball. But I'm going to add some bits to it. I did do a second one, a smaller one. This is a 2.5 inch and this one is a 2 inch. For the big one, I've got some pearls. Whole pearls. You can use half pearls if you prefer. And from the centre at the top, I'm going to go down in 2 strips next to each other. So it'll be something like, let's try and bend them to show you. So it'll be something like that, close together. And then I'm going to do 2 on that side, 2 on that side, and 2 on that side. So every quarter. And then once that's done, I'm going to make a pearl hanger as well out of this, like we did for one of the other ornaments. On the bottom, I'm going to hang this dangle. Now this is from an old light shade. It is glass, but I'm not going to use the whole thing, so I'm probably going to take it off at maybe the second one up here. And that's going to hang the bottom of the ornaments. And then in between the pearl sections, I'm going to add some Swarovskis. Just going to use the clear ones and dot them around. And I think it will look really pretty. So I don't think it needs much at all because it's covered in lace. So yeah, you can always use gems for this. It doesn't have to be Swarovskis. These have been sat in the stash for about 7 years. And I've never used them. So I thought I'll add a few to this to sparkle it up and to go with the glass dangle. So that's that one. All right, so back with our lace ball. So we're gonna put a pearl hanger in the center. So let's just get enough pearls to do that with. I've actually got the detailed gun out, so hopefully that helps the situation. This is a Rapid EG point one. I've got a collection of various guns, as I'm sure we all do. I've noticed a little gap on the ball here, so I'm going to add just a little bit of lace in there, and hopefully you find it easier than trying to get a whole piece of lace and fitting it around the ball. I mean, these ones would probably work okay because they're circular. I've cut them out of the placemat, but I know some shapes just won't work on them. I find it easier to piece them together like this, and I thought I'd share it with you in case you struggle as well. So that little piece is going to go in that section now. So I'm just waiting for the gun to heat up. And then of course we're going to add this dangle. So what I'm going to do is use 2 hexagonal ones and the teardrop. I think I'm going to add a hook or something to the bottom here just to hold it. So I have to find that. Let's see if this is working. Yeah. So just going to put this little bit in that section there to cover the hole up. I mean, it's so easy to do if you do it in individual pieces. It takes a little bit of time, but you know, you can do it in front of the TV. So that's going to be the top, which is where our hanger's going. And then of course we need something either side. I've got these big white flowers. Not sure. Might have to find some other ones, but that's going to be the hanger. And then of course we're going to use the Swarovskis. Cousin DIY is the company by the look of it. That's what it's got on the back there. Okay, so let's open these without them disappearing everywhere. What a shame it hasn't got individual little perforations to open. So they've got to be opened like that. Oh, that's tricky. So they have to be opened from the back by the look of it. Okay. So we're going to use those. As I said, you can use gems. It's up to you. They're in the stash, so I'm going to use them. Right, so I need something for the bottom here to hook the dangle onto. Okay, so I've got an eye pin. Which I'm going to thread through like that. And that's going up through the bottom of the polystyrene and hang like that. Now, I do not trust that to stay in on its own like that, so I'm going to hot glue it, which is why I've got the detail gun out. Just going to put a little bit up each side and then stick it back in. There we go. So that's that. We're going to add our hanger. Just let that dry. And of course I need something for either side. I'm not sure about these flowers. I think they're too big. So I'm going to need to find some other ones. And then we're going to add our Swarovskis. Different sizes. Very pretty. Use a pick stick. Yeah. Still working. Right, so let's find something to go either side, and of course I've got to put the pearl strips on. So it's going to go from the top, the centre there, in between that flower, down to the hook there. So we're going to have about 5. So let's start adding those. So glad this gun still works. I haven't used it for ages. I'm going to snip it off there. Here we go, there's the first one. Next one from that side. Third one. good. That's 3. 4th one. I thought I'd actually show you some of the detailed work on this one, because on some of the others I've done a lot of it off screen, and I thought maybe you'd like to see the process. Now, of course, when you pack these up after Christmas, I suggest wrapping them in tissue paper or tracing paper, or keeping them in a freezer bag, something like that, because if anything falls off, you want to be able to find it and glue it back on again, and the glue will give up over time. So I've actually got a cardboard box to my left, which I'm going to store them in, wrapped in some tissue paper. There we go, so there's all 5. That one could do to be shorter. There we go, so there's the pearls. And we're going to stick this on here, which is the hanger. And then of course we want to put the Swarovskis on. Right, so this is going to be a very delicate one, as you can see. I want to find some flowers to secure the hanger. I think these are going to be too big. Okay, I've finally got an excuse to use my silk butterflies. Oh yeah, that's it. That's going to be perfect. So they're going on. Right, we'll deal with that in a minute. Let's put some Swarovskis on. Oh, that's pretty. And as I said, you can just use gems. Okay, so let's add some more Swarovskis using the detailed gun. And as I said, you don't have to use these stones, you can use gems, different coloured gems if you want. Okay, so we've got some on there so far. Very pretty. obviously if you lose some of these from the tree, you're going to be really disappointed because they're Swarovskis, which is why I suggested using gems if you've got some. Right, got another 4 can put on this side. And I've got one section left. Right, so we've just got to put these butterflies on. I'm going to try and get it so it sits on the bottom of the pearls. Like that. Glue this one on the other side. And these are made of silk, these butterflies. So pretty. Here we go. All finished. Not too happy about the bottom now. I just don't think these butterflies work. And we want to match the top with the bottom with whatever we cover it up with. So we've got a new hanger. Those are too small. Did I do those big flowers? Oh, actually, let's have a look at some foam flowers. Might put 4 around it actually. Yeah, I think 4 will work well. That's it. That's better. On the bottom, do we want to put them on the bottom? Obviously you can use any flowers, doesn't have to be foam flowers, whatever works for you. Okay, I'm just going to make an adjustment to the bottom. So I've taken out the crystal for a minute and I'm going to snip off the bottom pearls. So I think it needs something on the bottom just to pretty it up, so to speak. just going to take off the bottom pearls. And I've got this pearl button here, which I think will go nicely in the middle. And it's actually got a hole in it, which means the dangle can go straight through it and into the polystyrene. So that's what we're going to do. And then I think that will make it look a little bit better underneath. So detailed gun is back out again. And of course, you know, you use whatever you've got. So I'm just going to position it add a bit more glue to the bottom of the pearls. That's better. And then the dangle, some glue on the bottom of it again, straight through the hole and into the polystyrene. I think that's a much better look. Like that. There we go. So there it is, all finished. Okay, so that's the ornament finished with the additional pearl flower at the bottom now. I hope you've enjoyed the video. So as I do in all my videos, I want to thank you for your likes. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. There's lots of different videos up, lots of different ideas. It's much appreciated if you do subscribe. And thank you for taking the time out to watch. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.